Alrighty, so Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time Formula One world champion, has signed with the company Topps. I think it's with one S. Topps is obviously a card collecting company, obviously, and he done multiple pieces. He signed multiple pieces. I actually knew someone that sent me a photo of actually Hamilton signing his mini helmet. Great signature, very, very perfect. But what does it mean? Okay, so what does this, THIS, this mean for future Hamilton SIGs? All right, so what does this mean for future Hamilton signatures or SIGs, whatever you want to call them? Pretty much that maybe Lewis won't give his signature out too much now, because when he's trying to put up a really, I guess, expensive deal with a company to actually have his signature on cards, listen, maybe the mini helmet space might be safe, but the card game might be absolutely correct at the moment, because they might say, you know what, don't sign people's cards. We want you to sign ours so the value of the card skyrockets, right? So obviously Topps are going to be looking at the value of the card going up, and then obviously, you know, by the value going up, obviously Hamilton won't be signing multiple cards for people. But if Hamilton does sign cards for people, he will give him his obviously crappier signature, which I've got plenty of shit Lewis signatures. Like obviously, this is my Lewis signature attempt, or something like that, for example. But I've got Lewis signatures like that, for example, and pretty much he might give you one of these crappy signatures like that, for example. Obviously, he was signing all the cards really perfect with the blue pen. I've seen the photos, I've seen the videos, and Hamilton signing with Topps is, I feel like it's good for the sport, you know, making the card collecting game even more popular. But like I said, it's really tough for collectors like me and you, because obviously getting a Hamilton signature is going to be, I think, way more harder. Luckily, I'm from Australia, where he does come out and does sign for the fans, but it is going to be very, very difficult. I did see him sign cards at the Topps thing. What signatures they get, I do not know. So what does this mean for future value of Hamilton autographs? Okay, what does this mean for the future of Hamilton autographs, the value of them? Possibly they could skyrocket, because obviously Lewis is a 7-time champion, has won multiple races, obviously over 100, multiple pole positions over 100, and obviously statistically is the greatest of all time. Obviously tying on world championships with Michael Schumacher. But what does this really mean for the future of Hamilton SIGs? Like I said, they might actually get more rarer, okay? So from 2024 onwards, it might be way more difficult to get a Hamilton autograph. Like I said, is it good for Hamilton and for Topps? Yes. Is it good for the fans? We're going to have to wait and see. And obviously, I'm not going to know until my experience going into next year's Australian Grand Prix, when I can go get signatures once again. Obviously, Lewis is traveling now. The top signatures, or the Topps deal is done. So we're going to have to wait and see what this Topps thing does for the signatures coming from Lewis Hamilton. He's the only driver to sign for Topps at the moment. Will they get other drivers to be on board? I do not know. Like I said, Hamilton was signing perfect autograph for Topps. We might get shit autographs now, because what does this mean for the future of Hamilton SIGs? We might get possibly terrible signatures going into the future. Now, the value of a Hamilton signature, I've seen up to 20,000 like euro, whatever the euro is. I think it's like E, whatever. 20k euro for a F1 Authentics signature from Lewis Hamilton. Obviously, someone like me, for example, if I was to sell, I wouldn't be able to get a 20k for that. I'd probably get up to, honestly, these days, the market that we've got with photo proof of Hamilton signing and a pretty decent signature, I reckon you can get up to 7k for a Hamilton, for a Ham autograph. Okay, 7k dollar-wise, 7,000 Australian, I'd say, roughly. The American market's huge for it, so that's probably what you'd get, but you need to have a really decent signature, and you have photo proof of Lewis signing, and obviously speak to someone. You have to find the right buyer. That's for people that do sell, but realistically, I don't sell my products or my helmets. I don't sell nothing, but that's the price I think you guys can get for a Hamilton autograph these days in 2025. Will the value of these go up? I would say yes. That will go up. Roughly to how much? And when Hamilton retires, we can look up to 12k for an autograph. I don't know, like the F1 community space has gone absolutely crazy. This is like all on personal judgment of what I've seen. I've seen people sell like Max Verstappen autographs for like $4,000. Lewis is statistically the GOAT. if he leaves, will he be more popular or will it be less popular? Because sometimes when a Formula 1 driver leaves the sport, it's easier to get a signed piece off eBay or something like that. But I do believe we're going to see up to 12K for a Hamilton autograph in the next 5 years. For people that like to, I guess, sell their helmets and stuff like that, or cards. I'm not too sure about the card space, how much they go for. Obviously, you get graded at PSAs and stuff. But for the helmet space, up to $12,000, I think we're going to head there in the next 5 years when Lewis Hamilton retires from the sport of Formula 1. Guys, Lewis Hamilton has signed with Topps. Let's see what happens if other drivers are going to sign too. I'm scared that we're not going to be able to get Hamilton signatures to the extent that we've been getting them. Obviously, Lewis is probably the hardest driver to get, I'd say, in 2025. The hardest driver for me this year definitely was Fernando Alonso, but going into 2025 or in future stuff, obviously Lewis' signature will be the most valuable, being Lewis Hamilton. That's where I think we're at, guys. Lewis Hamilton signs with Topps. If you guys like these whiteboard type videos, comment down below. I'm going to do multiple of these and try and upload every day of the week, give you guys some decent value. I've been watching a lot of people do the whiteboard thing, so I thought I'd give it a go too. Lewis Hamilton, Topps. Let's see what happens. Moving forward, collecting Hamilton autographs. I've got multiple, as you guys know. Check out the channel. I've done multiple videos on my Hamilton collection, stuff like that. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you guys in my next Formula 1 video. Thank you.